Hello everybody, my name is Dolores Keaveney and I write and illustrate children's picture books. And today I'm going to read my latest book called Huwie Meets the Red Fox. It's a true story with my grandchildren. So I'll start now. Huwie the little matchstick boy went for a stroll one day in a big field by his granny's with his brother Austin J. The boys were running wildly. They were feeling very free until they met a little brown mole with its tiny family. "Be very careful, Huwie," said the little mole. "There are lots of big red monsters hiding in that hole." The matchstick boys didn't listen. They ran further and further away. Down by the little river, they decided to stay and play. They both felt very tired. They had no more energy. They decided to take a little rest under the old oak tree. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a cry rang out loud and clear. "What are you doing in my house? Get out! Get out of here!" Right there before their very eyes stood a fox so large and red. Along with its little family, the big fox shook its head. The two boys were so frightened, they jumped and ran away. "Please don't go," begged the red fox. "Please come back here and play." They played together for many hours and they had so much fun. But soon it was time to go back home and then they had to run. They waved goodbye to their newfound friends. "We will come back soon," they said. "But now we are very tired and we need to go to bed." The matchstick boys slept soundly and dreamt so happily about their new friends from the big wild field, the red fox and its family. Sometimes being a friend means coming out to play. Here are some questions I always get asked about foxes. Are foxes part of the dog family? Yes, foxes are part of the dog family, including wolves, jackals, coyotes, and dingoes. Foxes are about the size of a cat and they're generally very shy. They use their noses to find food, track other foxes and animals. Foxes have long bushy tails and narrow faces. They do not hurt people, but sometimes they carry disease. Do not feed them or try to catch them. Where do foxes live? Foxes can live anywhere, in towns or in the countryside. Foxes can live for up to 14 years. What is their home called? A fox's home is called a den in the ground or under the old trees. A female fox is called a vixen. A male fox is called a dog. A baby fox is called a cub. How well can foxes hear? Foxes have large triangular ears. Those ears help them hear rats and mice creeping about. Foxes have great hearing. They can hear a watch ticking from 40 yards away. Who is the boss in the fox family? One female fox is the boss. She's the only one in the area that has babies. The other adult foxes help her raise the baby foxes. What do foxes eat? Foxes have small tummies, so they eat many small meals every day. They eat just about anything. Rats are their favorite meal, and they're great hunters of mice, rabbits, and squirrels. They also eat birds, bugs, and lizards. If they live near people, they might eat dog food or fruits and berries from the garden. Occasionally, they snatch chickens from the chicken coop. How fast can they run? They can run up to 30 miles an hour. They are very cautious and careful too. Foxes are nocturnal. That means that they usually are up at night when you are asleep. Do foxes hibernate? Foxes don't hibernate. That means they do not stay inside during the winter, but they hide out in their dens if the weather is kind of bad and nasty. Are foxes smart? Foxes are smart and tricky. Yes, they are. Foxes are very smart in ways that matter. Finding food, surviving in hot and cold weather, being smarter than other animals, and protecting their young. There are many stories written about foxes, and there are lots of books that teach about foxes, including this one, Huwie Meets the Red Fox. Do you know any other books about foxes?